What's up, everyone? Welcome to Fortnite Live. My name is Kale Smith. I'm one of the community managers here at Epic Games. And today we're going to talk about the basics of building. And with me today, I have one of the community managers here at the studio, Will Kinsler. Will, how you doing?
Doing all right. I'm excited to show a little bit more Fortnite today.
Yes, we have more Fortnite planned. And I also have special dev guest today, Cameron Winston.
Hello.
Cam, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling fantastic. How are you feeling today?
Fine. We had a very nice conversation before the stream.
We did.
It was intense. I liked it. Today we're going to discuss the basics of building. Cameron's going to answer some questions, and we're going to talk over some gameplay from some folks we have sitting in the audience today. We have Dom, Jeff, Maria. James is going to be coming up here to play. We also got Wes back there in the chat, killing that chat. So today, again, it's going to be about building. Last week we talked about, it was kind of introduction to Fortnite. We talked about gathering, building, and defending as a holistic view of what Fortnite has to kind of offer for a gate capture experience. And this week, we're going to focus on building, and we're going to use the Constructor hero for the majority of the gameplay. Before we get started today, we're going to talk about some Storm Chasers events. My very first event, our Storm Chasers events are for, and you can kind of hit this, Will, a little bit here in a second, but our Storm Chasers events are for community members that we kind of held last year during the year. My very first one was in Portland. It was like I didn't even come into the studio yet. It's like I flew over to Portland, didn't have a place. My place was a hotel for a couple days, and I got to meet some people at Epic and some community members. But while we were there, I had the best donuts I've ever had, ever.
I mean, I can confirm that.
It's Blue Star
that
Donuts.
happened.
Blue Star Donuts. So, as a promise to some of our Storm Chasers on the stream, I brought Duck Donuts in. Not quite Blue Star, but I brought some Duck Donuts in for everyone. Everyone can actually come up and get some right now, actually.
You should show them the box. It's got a duck on it.
It does. It has a duck on it.
Yeah, so it's legit. It's not like fake duck donuts. It's
Right.
like actual ducks.
I'm first. All right, I'm out of that one.
There we go. See, good guy. I'm a good guy, right? Good guy. Delicious, delicious donuts.
I'm gonna have to pass for a
Oh
moment.
my
I'm good.
I
This
don't
is
have-
how
I
you
don't
get
have a
people to
napkin.
show up, though.
I know,
for-
right? This is
I feel like last week we did the stream and there was like 5 or 6 people in the room. And
I mean, I got them at 2. What do you mean? This is as warm as I could get them. You want me to be late? You want me to show up and have a potential accident? I have to do these things proper. All right, so those are Duck Donuts. We have a video from a portion of a video from one of our events in Raleigh before Will goes on and kind of tells you guys about the event. So I want to show you guys this video real quick.
I hear it's too quiet in here. We're too much for eating. Stop eating. What's happening?
We're at the Storm Chaser event.
Fortnite is one of the best
Storm Chaser
experiences
event is
when
on.
you just want a bunch of friends, you want to hang out, build stuff, and then taking on enemies that you don't see coming.
You go around just breaking anything down. Like you can break down walls, trees, just with a pickaxe or a stick, and then you can build anything from that. You're crafting your
R.I.P. Mike, what does that mean? Is there no sound?
No, there is sound. Why is it not? That's really
back. No, mics are live.
Are we?
Yeah.
Mics are live. The video's still playing. Oh, we're on then. It looks
we?
like the video's on up there.
Yeah, it
All
sure
right,
does
so
look at the video.
we're back.
I don't know why it did that.
Okay, so
That's
we're
fantastic.
back. All right, so that was a little
think
bit
we're
of
back.
that was a little bit of the Storm Chasers event. It's still playing for us up here, so we were all like, oh yeah, that's awesome.
We love you.
So Will, can you talk a little bit about the Storm Chasers event?
Yeah, so Storm Chasers events, we started out last year, and we went to 6 cities throughout the year. And really, that was the first time that we showed Fortnite to just about anybody outside of the building. And so the idea was, we bring a build of the game, we get a bunch of people to come and play. We have some food, drinks, hang out a bit with the team, and get a little bit of feedback on Fortnite. It was a lot of fun. I think for us, building the Fortnite community, that was a really exciting way for us to just meet people for the first time, to meet the first community members of Fortnite. So, I think that it's something that we're going to continue to do, and that kind of leads in a little bit to what our Fortnite Live topic of this week is. I know last week, for those of you that watched the show, we talked about how we kind of use this Fortnite Live hashtag. And last week we asked people to talk about, why you're excited to play Fortnite.
What they were looking forward to.
Exactly. And so we brought some new people into the game today. We basically made some Storm Chasers. So we brought in Lol Scarden, Mawtex, Married to Gaming, Brandon M, and Cool Cat. So, they all got invites today. For the most part, we've given out all the invites we're going to give for OT2. So this is actually really the kind of the last way that we're bringing people in. And the idea here is not to be so much about just doing a random giveaway. It's more about trying to bring the type of people into the community that are going to be awesome to play with Fortnite. Fortnite is an experience that's best when you play with your friends and people that are awesome to play with. And so we're trying to find some more of those kind of people from here in stream, from places like Twitter, and that sort of thing. And so if you're like, man, I'm really excited to play Fortnite, I want to get in, how can I get in? This is still an opportunity potentially for somebody to get in. So what we're doing is, we're bringing in people that are continuing to reach out to us. So if you're watching the stream every week, if you're part of the conversation, and each week we're going to have a specific topic that we want to talk about. So this week what we want to talk about is the Storm Chaser events. So we talked about all those ones that we went to last year. We went to PAX East in Boston. We went to Portland. We did one here in Raleigh, which was the video that you guys saw, hopefully. And we did, let's see, what else we do? We did Gamescom, PAX Prime in Seattle, and then we did the last one in Orlando. At Full Sail. So we've been to a lot of different places. This year we know we're going to do some more events, but what we don't know is where we're going to go. So what we'd like to do is hear from you guys using the hashtag Fortnite Live. Anywhere you can pretty much use a hashtag, we're looking. If it's on Twitter, if it's on Facebook, if it's on Instagram, good way to get our attention. We're reading through all of that stuff. Let us know where we should go. It's still early on in the year for us. We still have some time to kind of decide, but we wanted to kick off some discussion. For me personally, I'd love to go somewhere that we haven't been or wouldn't normally go to. So it would be interesting to see where people think that we should head to.
Like Hawaii, right?
Alaska.
Or Alaska.
Or somewhere in between, not in between probably, but not literally in between. Maybe in between climate-wise.
So Cameron and Will, you guys were both at Storm Chasers events. Cameron, you did 3?
I did 1.
Just one?
Which is like 3, but 1.
Well, okay. So Will has reference for all of them. Will, what was your favorite event?
My favorite one?
Yeah.
So, well, I'll go down the list because every time we do events, there's always something memorable, right? When you do an event. The first one at PAX East, what was memorable was actually, unfortunately, everybody got sick on our entire team.
I remember that.
So, that's the bad part about doing an event, because if you all travel together and then somebody gets sick, almost all of us got norovirus and we're super sick for several days. So it was rough, but we did get to show some people the game, and so that it was memorable for a couple reasons. We did Portland. To me, that was memorable. One, because of the awesome donuts. 2, because it was your first time, doing anything on Fortnite as part of Epic, which is funny because you hadn't even played the game.
I hadn't played the game, and I was talking to people like, "Hey, welcome." It's it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, so we're setting you up and having you play, right before people are playing for the first time. Let's see. After Portland was Gamescom, right? No,
No,
Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Raleigh was great. It's always fun to do an event in your backyard. There's some people at PAX East that we missed at the event, and we actually invited some of them
Right.
to fly down and come and play in the studio. And then we had the event here that the video was from. That one was really fun, mainly because when we do these events, typically we're sending out like a handful of people
Right.
from the team to get to play. This was an opportunity for more people from Epic to actually interact with players. So I would say that one stood out that way. Gamescom I think was probably my favorite event. One because we got to go to Germany. It's in Cologne. It was a bit of an adventure for you and I.
Right.
Because
Oh,
we
man.
had we
No
had
sleep.
we had this crazy travel just scenario where like we had flights getting canceled and all this kind of stuff, and so we show up there and hadn't slept in like 30 hours or something, and then we had to go inside of Gamescom, and we were doing some stuff at Nvidia's booth there.
Right.
And KL actually fell asleep inside of Gamescom.
So it's the loudest I've ever heard at a gaming convention at Gamescom.
Yeah.
And I put my head down like this, and I was out for like 15 minutes, and Will's like, "Hey, Kale, we got to go." I was like, "Oh, what? Oh, I fell asleep?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, you fell asleep in here." It's like, I don't know how you just did that, but you did.
Yeah.
So.
But after that
It was good.
happened,
It was fun.
we had a really good event. The cool thing about Gamescom is people come from all over Europe,
Yeah.
right? And so it was exciting for me to see like what kind of international audience Fortnite already has. And so all those people came and played from different places. And it was probably my favorite because it was the 3-day event that we did. It was
Right.
actually the longest. So we showed them the most people Fortnite during that one. And then so let's see, there was PAX Prime, which is always fun. That one was a lot of fun.
I went to that one.
That was the one you went to. It was a really cool venue. I don't know. That was just a great event.
That venue had an amazing name. What was the name of the venue? Do you guys remember?
Oh, it was
Wildlife.
Fred's Wildlife
it was
Reserve.
Like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
Preserve.
zookeeper, like wildlife reserve, safari hunting,
Yeah.
extreme, something like that.
I think everyone thought we were going to be like in a jungle when we went there.
Yeah.
But that was not the case. It was like pretty tricked out place. It's
Yeah.
sweet.
It
Like, I
was-
thought it would be like
it
a
was
shack
cool.
in the middle of a park.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, and then the last one was Orlando. So Orlando, that was at Full Sail in
Sail.
Orlando. So we got a lot of game design students and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I lived in Orlando before I was here, so it was fun for me to go back there for a little bit. So they were all a lot of fun. Each one is unique and fun, and so I'll be interested to see where we end up this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can go to a new
Those
place.
hashtags, Fortnite Live, let us know. Be sweet. So we're about to talk with Cameron here about the game. Before we do that, there is a Storm Chaser spotlight that we wanted to highlight, and that is with Chicken Bomb.
Yep.
So Chicken Bomb has been in just for this. So he wasn't in OT1.
Yeah,
so
I
he's been in
think-
OT2 only,
Yes.
and has been phenomenal with helping people out.
Yeah, he's been in the chat. In Fortnite right now we have a global chat where that's kind of like the place where everybody's in talking and hopping into matches together, talking with the team. We have people from the dev team in there just about around the clock when we have playtest hours. But Chicken Bomb is, he's really jumped in there and helped out a lot of people.
Right.
That's one of the things I like about Fortnite so far is like because we started out with things like events and have a really close-knit community early on. There's definitely that feeling of like you come in and everybody's trying to contribute something. People are helping each other out. Like that's a lot of fun. A big part of why it's a lot of fun right now.
Right. All right. So Chicken Bomb, we dropped the link in there in the chat. You guys can check it out, read all about him, see what makes him special. We actually gave some codes away to him, and we will have a couple more community spotlights where you guys might be able to butter some people up. Get some codes.
Yeah,
potentially.
he gave a handful of codes away yesterday on Reddit.
Reddit.
So we'll leave it up to whoever wins the spotlight on where they want to give
yeah.
codes away. But if they don't have an awesome place to do that, we've got a couple places where we can do it. And there's a great Fortnite subreddit that was set up by some fans. I think some time ago. So, but there's a bunch of us from team that hop in there and chat and talk and stuff like that. And it's also one of the places where if we do give out codes, sometimes you find one there.
All right. Well, thank you, Will, for sharing all this information. We're going to get James on. I'm going to talk to Cameron about building.
Yep.
Speaking of Sharing information. What a segue.
So, Cameron, you know, we talked a little bit about the Storm Chasers event,
Yes.
and you said you went to PAX. What was your favorite moment there?
My favorite moment. Trying to think. Like, you were talking about the gameplay or the whole experience?
The whole
or-
experience was it like seeing people play the game first time.
It was so there was a time after the gameplay when we would go upstairs to the wildlife preserves, like upstairs area, and we
Yeah.
got to sit down with the fans and like actually kind of be like, hey, what was your favorite point? What did you like? What did you not like? And you know, let's talk about the potential of the game and such like that. That was probably my favorite because then you get to actually like, you know, oh, I don't play games and I love this game, or I do play games and I love this game,
Right.
or you know, this game would be great if it had bears in it, and be like, of course, I love bears. Like, let's put bears in. Like that, those kind of interactions, I think, were really fun for me.
That's good. That's good. Well, that's a nice experience. All right, so we're gonna hit you with. Actually, I still need this.
Uh-oh.
Before I transition over to you, I gotta alt tab out over here so I can scroll down. All right, so we're about to get into building, and Cameron got quite a few questions for you.
Okay.
All right, so and these are all related to building for those that might be curious. So can you kind of talk about what were some of the team's main goals when designing the building system within the game?
Yeah. So obviously, you know, we want the primary goal is we wanted it to exist, right? I mean, no one's really done anything like this before, so like approaching this is like, wouldn't it be cool if you could just like build stuff in the game, and also making it really accessible to people. So like it's one of the core design philosophies that we have with it is that like you should really kind of grok how to build pretty fast. Like you should be able to throw up some walls, put in some doors, do your balconies, all that kind of stuff pretty fast. And we also want it to be an outlet for player creativity. So we don't want it to be like, oh, well, this is like the only way you can build. Like we want it to be like, there are many ways you can build and put things together. So that was kind of like the goal. I think that the two main pillars are accessibility and creativity of expression are the two major things we're going for.
Would you say that resource allocation right now, based on the current, you know, the gate capture experience, does that really influence how much people can build or the different building aspects of the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we intend like, you know, that's like the whole core of the game, right? It's like, okay, how much metal do I have?
Right.
You know, is this like I don't know, this, you know, the sponge-worthy episode of Seinfeld? Like, is this gate capture metal worthy, right?
Right.
Like, is this should I upgrade my walls to level 3? Like, do I want to actually spend my traps here? Like, that's kind of all the little choice points that kind of makes it cool. So it's like you have to decide where to spend your resources, how to allocate them, and then sometimes you're gonna really like over allocate. Be like, wow, I really didn't need level 3 metal walls and a giant like wall of traps to defend the space. And sometimes it's gonna be like, wow, I really should have built a level 3 wall. So that's kind of where the player's agency comes in.
Okay. And I know I think we get this question quite a bit in OT, especially when we have someone like Mono Warlord who builds these extravagant forts. And we kind of showed off some of those on the website before. But are there any like current limitations, either through resources or otherwise, for building within a map?
So
or Hex?
obviously, yeah, the gimme is any resources you bring in plus everything on the map is the resource limitation, right? Like you can't really have anything more than that. As far as technical limitations, I know they exist. I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I do know that like you can't build up forever. You certainly can't build out forever. Eventually you're gonna hit a point where it's gonna get weird, and I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen. So that's always an exciting thing.
Right.
But there's definitely a limit to how far you could build out.
Okay. All right. And then you mentioned simplicity earlier as being accessible. Would you say that was one of the biggest factors when the team got together and were like, hey, how can we get this to work and people love it?
Well, I mean, yeah, like to kind of go back to the original point, like the whole idea is that like if we make this super cool building system that you can like use to build this gigantic fort, but then nobody can understand it, then nobody builds a really big fort and you don't actually get that experience. So the idea is that, yeah, like if you put together smaller pieces that are just intuitively obvious to players and then allow them to combine those pieces into cool things, then not only do you get the ability for players to express their creative agency, but you also get the ability that like more players could do it. Like if you going back to the Storm Chasers event, there were like 8-year-old kids, 9-year-old kids come in to play Fortnite. They were making cool forts. And that's like the ultimate win there. Like you're like, we did it. Like holy moly, you can you can get like a bunch of kids playing your game and putting together stuff like that. That was really awesome kind of to see in practice.
Right. So I'm gonna let James take over here so we can kind of talk more about building rather than us just actually seeing some of this in action. So I'm gonna pass this. Actually, it might be a little bit more space if we just flip
Swap
this.
podiums. All right.
You get to use KL's podium. right?
Yeah.
Man,
That's
this is
like
awesome.
You've increased.
Well, this is
3
at
levels
this
of
is at Will's
legitimacy.
height, so this kind of just rests on my knees right now. So I'm gonna raise this up a little bit.
I think that was a short joke.
It was not a short joke, but it was. All right. Have we switched over to gameplay? Yes.
Okay.
All right. Sweet. So right now we're taking a look at the sort of the tech tree, and we mentioned this would be constructor gameplay. So Cameron, can you kind of walk us through what we're looking at exactly here?
So this is the specialization tree for the constructor. Every class gets like a little spec tree that they can use to sort of choose what they want to be good at. The middle part, and also just for the record, you know, my UX team would like to everyone to know, just this is definitely a work in progress.
Yeah.
We're not like actually planning on shipping this, but like this is kind of what we have so far. So anyways, the idea is that you have this sort of primary tree that you go down, which unlocks your ability to go deep in the other trees. And then as you go down the middle tree, you have the sides, which have hopefully super cool things that you can unlock. And each line kind of has a specialty to it. So like on the left, you have energy fabrication, which is like more about building things and making them tough. And it has this little thing that called recycling, which allows the constructor's base to generate energy. The base being, of course, his primary mechanic, which is a thing he puts down that kind of like makes his structures better. And one of the cool new things about OT2 Constructor is that it used to be like a giant kind of force field around the base, but that's just because we didn't have some of the technology we needed. So in this patch, it actually uses our building connectivity system to determine like, hey, what am I connected to, and what pieces are those, and we can imbue them with properties like you take less damage or you do damage to husks and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So,
so James is he's gonna handicap himself.
Yeah,
he
I'm
wants
pretty
to-
high level.
He's pretty good at the game, so he wanted to make it interesting because he's just that good.
he's just that good.
He's just that good.
I think I'm going to take Plasma Pulse so we can throw those down and we can take a look at those. That'll be good. We'll get the recycling so we can get some extra resources. And then we'll just beef myself up with a little health regeneration and defense. That's kind of what I was thinking about going
Okay.
with.
All right. And so you're gonna leave 10 points. He doesn't need the points. He's
No.
just that good. All right.
He's
so
just that good.
we're gonna go ahead and hop into a
Kappa.
game. The Constructor Show.
Yep.
It's all ready.
But what a coincidence. I can't even believe that was there.
Yes, the Constructor
Wow.
Show.
Luck is with us today.
So I believe we're gonna drop into Suburban Hex.
Yep, Suburban. It's medium difficulty.
Okay.
And we pre-scouted it. It's got 3 gates.
All right.
So that should be fun. One of them's a floating gate.
Some revengeance going on.
Oh, we're bringing. I
that
didn't
a
know we
word?
were allowed to bring this up.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
revengeance a word?
I don't know. I just felt like saying it.
I don't think that's a word.
I like that word.
I don't. Okay. I'll give it to you, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
So we're in the Hex. This is Suburban Hex, and like James said, it's a 3-gate capture. Right now, I think you all are you guys still trying to gather up resources
Yeah.
right now?
Everyone else is gathering resources. I think the gate's over this way. So we'll
Okay.
go over there and take a look.
Look at him trucking along.
I'll
So
gather some resources as we go.
we haven't talked about home base too much, but one of the things I want to mention is as a part of upgrading your home base, you start off with that wooden stick with the nails in it when you want to harvest resources. There's an upgrade for a specific ability that allows you to have like a stronger
Yeah.
starting out point. So I think a lot of people have kind of learned in OT, kind of learned and gravitated towards some of those cool ability perks that they can use, and we've been using those quite a bit. So was that was the Loot Llama.
The impact
alpaca.
Yeah, the drama is real. But
Loot Llama.
Yeah,
Impact alpaca.
it's impact alpaca in the tooltip. I don't know what to tell you. It's what happened. It's like if you mouse over it, it says impact alpaca.
So right now, have you guys kind of talked about what type of fort you guys are going to build?
Yeah, we looked at it a little bit. We know what we want to build, but we wanted to save the building, obviously, for the live stream. So we'll place the gates now. Of course, you know, it's going to depend on where the storm clouds are a little bit, which direction we build, but we've got some ideas.
So all directions.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Cameron, can you give kind of a like a very quick and dirty version of how the portals and the storm and what that all means to the game?
So essentially, we have these gates that you need to close, and defending them is a priority because the husks don't want you to close them, and they want to kill you for doing it. So in a multi-gate capture, you have the situation where you have 3 objectives you have to defend, which kind of causes the choke points to be a little bit more real, because if you defend one of them too strongly, then yeah, you defended that one, but the other 2 are not going to be as defended. And if you lose any of these, you're going to wind up losing the match. So it's going to be on the team's back to make sure that they protect all 3 of these correctly, and from various threats too. Because like you see, this one here that he's building towards is kind of up in the sky.
Up in the sky, right?
So like this one's going to be a lot harder to defend from like some of the ranged guys, like the flingers and the lobbers and such. But the ones on the ground are going to be more dangerous to defend against smashers and such. So you're going to have a very base defense in order to get through this map. Okay.
So have you guys kind of plotted out how you want things to connect?
Yep.
James?
We're going to start in the middle, and I'm going to put some floors down and then throw my base on that so we can see the connectivity of the base.
Okay.
I'm going to throw the floors down first just so we get kind of an idea.
And the floors are really important now with the new way the new base works, because that's how you get your containment unit to spread. So like having a nice floor network is going to cause a lot of ambient damage to happen to the husks. It also allows the base to kind of spread a little bit better throughout your defensive area.
Okay. Now, when the base drops, there's a bit of verticality to it as well, not just on the floors. What is it? All of it is based on the interconnectivity? Or,
exactly. It's what touches it. So like once he places it, we'll be able to give you a more specific example, but essentially the default version of the base is you get 3 connectivity units. As you specialize down the tree more, it upgrades to 5, and if you go down the second tree, the territorial tree, you can even upgrade that to 7. So essentially, like if you imagine it like a giant sort of tic-tac-toe grid, and every connecting piece is one sort of step, that's how many steps out you go. So like if he puts it there, let's say, now he's going to put it down, he does this thing, and he does that thing, and then he does this thing, and then boom. Now we look at that connectivity. So so now if you see to the left there, it's going across all there, but then it's connecting to that stairs. It's going up. So but it only goes up those 2 units because it takes, if you count, see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're done. So that's as far as he goes. He would need to go down territorial to get a bigger base.
Okay. Understood.
But if you build some floors over there, those should still be connected. And as soon as you put it down, you can see there that it's going to be connected to that.
Throw this out here.
Yeah, you gotta clean the area.
Yeah. Where are we at?
Now, if he destroys that piece right there, you can see here just he's going to destroy this piece. It's going to disconnect that piece.
Okay.
But then if you place it down again, it'll instantly be like, oh no, I'm connected again, and now we're good to go. And having this large floor network is important for traps. It's also important because it's creating that containment unit, which is going to damage husks as they come into this area.
Right. So some of the husks, like the propane husk, for example, they specifically throw down propane and they'll blow things up. So I kind of see why it's like so important. It's like you have to be very conscious of where some of these things are in order to make sure that they're still connected, so you keep that all of the properties of the base within the base.
And towards late game, the base will regenerate your structures that are connected. I mean, it's not enough. Like, I mean, if your stuff's under attack, you're not going to like out regen it with the base passive regen, but it's enough that like if you take just a little bit of damage, you know, it'll kind of maintain itself, connect itself, take care of that.
Right. So throughout this, you've been kind of doing some minor editing through.
Yeah, made some doors to get through. We're going to build some low walls up here because what we don't want to happen is with our base right here not being super or being a little bit exposed. I don't want guys to just husks to just like fall off and jump onto here and start hitting stuff. So we're going to try to deter them and funnel them a little bit with some walls. But let me go back over here and build the actual
With
lower
some, would
wall.
you say creative construction?
With extremely creative construction.
Creative construction? That's what I thought you were going to say.
So there's some editing right there. That's a low. We're going for a low wall.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little low wall.
Little fence.
And we're just going to build it across.
And what you guys are watching is him editing very quickly between multiple types of materials. So for a split second there, you had wood, and then you changed to stone in an instant, and now you're building stone
And then
walls.
I can build metal over here if I want. I've got a little bit of metal.
So that goes back to like our pillar, right? Like we want it to be super accessible. Like it should be very easy for you to figure out how to build, and we want you to spend all your time thinking about what to build and in what kind of configuration you want to build it. That's more fun than like going, how do I shot web?
Right. One of the things I'm very curious about, and I'm sure other folks are, is that the grid is, I think it's a nine piece grid for the editing each tiles. How did you guys, like, what was the decision making for? It was just like, this makes sense and this is the easiest?
So that actually predates me. I'm going to give a shout out to my good friend and comrade, William T. Bramer, Esquire III, who would probably be the best person to ask that question to. But as far as the decision making behind the 9 grid, but like he's kind of like, the grand poppy architect of all this kind of stuff. So I'm sure he had good reasons for it. And ultimately, I mean, whatever his reasons were, I think they were correct, because it really kind of sells, you can even, like, when I first started working here and they were like, oh, you need to play the game, it was like you instantly get it. Like, even with nobody telling you, like, oh, I can just, the only thing you really need to know is like, hey, I need to hit G. And then once you're in G town, you're in business. The business of building, the business of creative construction.
Do you guys have any more wood? I need to place a little path down here for these guys to come down so we can lay traps and stuff. Hey! That would be great. Thank you. Oh, wow. Look what they've done up there.
Oh, I see there's a sky bridge up there up top.
Don't you have recycling? Shouldn't you check your base?
Oh, I've been checking periodically.
Yeah, look, you can see right there. You got some stuff going on.
Some metal. Some
look at that.
Thank you, sir.
Now there's several ways. I think we kind of get this question on and off during OT. Is can you trade with folks some resources within the game if you're low on resources? That was a good example there. So you had was that Jeff that came over and dropped off some wood for you. You can do it that way, and he can also drag and drop it into your name, and it'll actually show up as like a little present icon within the UI. So
can I just call out something over here? If you go to your little bit your left, James, why don't you do the F2, the good old F2 trick up there? If you go underneath, someone's done it already.
Someone's already done it.
Man,
the floor over the roof. But what we have is,
you could do another one though next to it just to showcase how cool that is. So one of the things that people don't realize, you can actually build these. I call these F2 roofs or roofs. I'm not sure which. And then you can F4 from underneath it, which gives you some added, just put that right on top. See there? That's super critical for like when it's late game and the flingers are kind of destroying your base and they're coming from up top and you need to just throw up some quick defense. You can totally do that with a little F2, F4 action. Get that working for you.
I'm actually going to throw an anchor. One thing that we found that's pretty effective with floating gates is, as a lot of people might know, if you destroy the base, the gate dies, right? So if the husks come by and take all the anchors away, your gate is done.
Your gate is done, right.
So what we'll do a lot of times is, and this might take more resources than I have, hopefully it doesn't. And hopefully I can lay a floor down from somewhere over here. And no, I'm going to edit this wall and then do it. Is we'll anchor it to something far away that the husks just won't touch.
Ah.
So just go out this way. Might not be the prettiest thing in the whole wide world.
You got cool looking stairs. That's pretty legit.
Yeah.
I give you a 7.3 out of 15 in the legit figure.
I'm gonna run down this way.
So you're going to connect it to the
this
building
house.
over here? Okay.
That tree's totally in the way.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hit this guy.
You're gonna have to hit the tree. Turn away, Greenpeace. All right, here we go.
And we're connected. So now, not only do they have to take down all those other ramps, but they'd have to take down this whole house, which is far away, and they probably won't go for it.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. That's some next level strategy right there for sure. So, have you guys plotted out who's defending what?
No, we haven't, because we didn't know where everything was going to come from.
Okay.
At this point, though, I think we're pretty built up, minus quick kill corridor down the south side.
You got to make sure you double up wherever Dom is.
As long as he can actually stay in the game, we'll be okay.
Is Dom the weak link? I don't think that's fair. I think Dom is.
I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, I think Dom is a baller.
Dude, is he a baller?
I think so.
I'm not sure about that, dude. You know how I seriously I take the use of the term baller.
Yes. I feel it's fair.
All right.
All right, so I think, are we about ready for this?
Why don't you put some traps down?
I'm going to.
The people demand traps.
Cameron, thank you so much
For what?
for reminding me to do traps.
Traps.
Yeah. Well, the people demanded it.
Oh.
It wasn't me. It was
So
the people.
I kind of see how you guys have had like. Are you tempting to kind of funnel there with like the, or is
Yeah.
it for easy access?
Well, it's both, right? I mean, we want them to go where we want them to go, so we want to funnel them, but we don't want to have to run around a ton so that we don't get to defensible areas quickly.
Okay.
It's always it's like you're kind of balancing how accessible is my base versus how easy it is, because obviously the harder it is for other people to get in, the harder it is for you to get in. So it's the classic network security
Yeah,
conundrum. It's
right.
like, you know, the most secure server is one that's offline that has no way to get into. It's like great, but now I can't use it. So
Right.
you do have to be able to get around to the base, because at some point somebody over there is going to scream, "Oh my God, there's a dude and he's messing up my thing," and then you need to get over here, and then you won't be able to because you made the base too impenetrable.
So one of the things that we haven't seen just yet is some upgrades. So the constructor can upgrade, fortify a lot of these walls to level 3,
Yeah.
which is the only hero that can actually do that. The other heroes can upgrade to level 2. So
Pick something quick
I
first.
would yeah, pick something that will upgrade relatively quickly.
So this wood right here is level 1. We can upgrade it to level 2, make it stronger, and then upgrade it again to level 3.
And now it's Mo Beta.
Correct. So
Now I have a lot of resources where I can upgrade, but I want to see where they start coming
Where they
through.
start coming, yeah.
Once they funnel, I don't want to upgrade this entire tower only to have them go.
Well, I would
somewhere else.
definitely get the roofs on over the gates upgraded to level 3, because
Let's
those
do
are
it.
100% chance going to get flung on.
Did they build stairs up here? They did.
I like how you talk about them like they're like this otherworldly
Well, I didn't build them, so someone else had to.
they. Look at that. The only problem is you can't F the F4.
Well, I can build up to
you
it.
can build up to it and then go down, or you can make a jump pad.
I made a couple jump pads already. Can I even do this?
Those jumping skills.
Hyper legitimacy.
The-
Your legitimacy grew 3 sizes. you should get all those roofs, man. It's gonna AOE. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, we got a wood.
The people will thank you later on.
All right, let's see what this one has over it.
So I'm really liking how you guys are thinking about this base. Very interconnected. Lots of easy access, walkways, balconies, staircases, winding staircases.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time or if you want me to try to go back and get a look at it. It's probably impressive,
I
but
think we still have some time before.
It looks like some resources were dropped out there.
yeah, they were harvesting for a bit before I got in here.
Look at all that wood.
So we're taking a look.
Let's take a
Are
look.
you gonna get?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up on that house.
Oh
but
yeah, you get a nice view. So Cameron, what type of? I think on the first show I talked about my. I just can't help myself. Every time I see a portal and I drop an atlas, I must build a pyramid. I don't know what it is. Maybe I was an Egyptian in another life. I don't know. But
Hashtag KL likes pyramids.
whatever the case may be, I find myself obsessed with building pyramids. So, is there like a particular thing that you kind of?
That I like to. So I'm a systems designer, which means that I lack I like visual creativity. So what I like to do is I like to pile as much math as possible into the smallest area. So my designs tend to be boxes with lots of level 3 walls.
Okay. All right. Very
Yep.
bland.
Yeah, I am like the Wonder Bread of Fortnite building.
Okay. All right. That works.
Because I mean, if it's a box, then I understand it. First off, I can build it. Like I don't know if you've seen me draw. Like I draw pretty amazingly. I would say, like on a scale of 1 to 15, I'm probably a 19.
Okay.
So that's how good I draw, and it really shows with my artistic creativity when I'm building a Fortnite base, which is why everything's a box. Because ultimately, a box is the ultimate expression of the ennui of the person struggling in American society.
Right.
today.
I get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
That's
that's
fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's how it is. I'm used to being misunderstood. That's what all artists do. They're misunderstood.
I think we're.
The ennui. You're just jealous that I said ennui before you did. See, I know how it is.
So I mean, we could be ready at any point if
I-
you want. Let's.
Yeah, let me get back over there.
All right.
Dom's off doing his own thing.
I am.
So we saw
Outlander's doing one.
we saw the Outlander, which is Dom playing the Outlander.
I am
Okay.
playing the Outlander.
Jeff
Yeah.
is the ninja, which means Maria is the
Commando.
commando.
Building them floors.
And each hero has their own set of unique abilities. And
I would like to point out really quick, if you could turn to your right, the William T. Bramer, the Esquire III Memorial. Scroll up a little bit there. Round balcony that he would be super proud that you guys just made. So that's shout out to Billy. There it is, round balcony.
That
Look
is
at it,
amazing.
beautiful. Looks beautiful.
That is amazing.
Because to quote Billy, if you can't win with style, have you even won at all?
What- Does Billy feel like you lose a lot then, since you have no style?
Oh yeah, are you kidding?
All right, so
All right.
let's go ahead and start this.
Yeah. Who
bad
wants to
boy up.
take what direction? I'm thinking
Why don't you just YOLO into one and hit E?
one south. No.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'll pick so.
One south. One watch the platform to the west, or the Rise Street. Can't even
In the
talk.
words of the immortal Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
All right, we're doing it. No, we're not. Yes, we are.
Activated.
It's activated.
All right.
I'll watch the street to the west.
So last time we had a nail biter.
This is not going to be a nail
This is
biter.
not going to be a nail biter.
No
All
way.
Very confident.
So
Very
why
confident.
don't you show us some cool combos with that hammer?
Oh yeah.
So one of the cool things we have with the hammer and all the melee weapons is there's left clicks, which you can do, but at any point you can right click out of your left clicks and get cool combos. So like if you do left click, right click, it's a different attack than if you do left click, right click.
Yep.
And some of them drain your stamina, so
So left click, right click.
yeah, that's a big hit. But like
Yeah.
if he does 3 hits and then a right click, he's gonna spin.
1, 2, 3. No, that's the overhead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Overhead. 4 clicks is the spin.
1.
You'd think I didn't work on this. There you go. Boom.
So was the combo system, along with building, about simplicity?
Yeah,
and
so
accessibility?
yeah, grokkable. So we the goal with it was like the original version of Melee was you hold left click and it's like that's what you do, and it was like people were saying, hey, this isn't as exciting as it could be. So we wanted to kind of get the concept of, hey, what if there was like a way for people to kind of jazz it up a little bit, do cooler stuff. So animators did a heck of a job with the with a lot of these combo ideas and executions on them. Looks like somebody just dropped a defensive fragment, so he's got a shield going on.
Oh, those abilities.
Yep, just smacking him down.
Now the fragment is part of the Outlander, so
Yeah, that's right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Dom
Dom
thanks you.
coming in, flexing those muscles, showing off those skills. He wants you to raise. He wants you to take back what you said.
Take back what I said
Yeah.
about his scrubbiness. I don't know if I could do that. You're asking a lot of me, Kale.
I think it's possible.
Are you okay over there, Dom? It's a lot of dudes.
I'm fine.
Okay. Just checking.
I'm carrying the team.
Dom's back is
Oh.
broad.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yep,
Spiked him from
I did.
Well, it looks like you guys have held off this first 2 minutes of this wave.
Yep.
Now we have 8 minutes total to defend the Atlas before it closes. You guys still haven't gotten halfway there. There was a close call on that one wall where they almost broke through, and that would have done some damage
Yeah.
to the gate. but you came over there and threw down the
plasma
poles and took them out rather quickly.
Yeah, next time there's a big conglomerate, we'll call that out again. The plasma pulse is kind of like, the Constructor is kind of slow because he loves to eat hoagies and just doesn't really like to exercise. And as a result of this, he can't get around too much. So to compensate, he's got some good area denial abilities, which kind of allow him to control space, because that's kind of really what his whole concept's about, is about building things and controlling space. So he throws it down right where he's at, and then it kind of explodes in that area. And it's really effective at kind of controlling groups of enemies, but not super effective on the offense. Like if you're trying to like come out here, see like,
There it is.
like he'll drop it, see it's cool, it's blowing them up, but now it's like he used it and there's nothing else going on. One of the skill trees of the Constructor actually kind of lets him get a shield when he uses that as well, which is super cool. Some great art by the wonderful Tim Smooth Lurk Elf. Little shout out there, Smooth Lurk.
Oh, so Atlas A is taking a little bit of damage right now.
What?
Yeah.
That's your responsibility. The people demand an
The
undamaged.
people demanded a plasma pulse.
They did, but they thought that the
They're
people
coming through
thought
this wall
that
over
you
here.
drop it at a place where there's more peeps. Like over here, like see, look at that. That's a baller location.
So we saw one of the picture husks momentarily. He's throwing a bone at you.
Yep.
A lot of cool, unique husks. Well, we'll probably explore in more and more streams. So make sure you tune in so you get to see all of them. I see you got the supply drop. Are you thinking about dropping it?
I wasn't, but we could see it.
Can we just see it?
Yeah.
Drop it. Here it comes. There it came.
And now supplies.
Get your supplies.
So this is like a case of emergency. Things are getting hot and sweaty, and you wanna call in the easy resources. You call in that supply drop, so you don't have to go outside of the base too far.
You need to get some floors there. That'd probably do work.
Yeah.
Doing work's what it's all about.
So we got some more husks hopping in. Some smaller husks. I mean, this looks like you guys got it pretty.
Whoa,
pretty
look at
sound.
that. This is how they were getting in. Right there.
Oh, we found the weak link.
Yep.
Can you fix that?
You fix it just like that. Maybe.
Maybe.
They
I think
might
can
get through
still-
they're
there.
gonna
through.
fall through that. You edit that into a
Yep.
full floor?
This guy's gonna go. I think it's this one. Needs to get edited. Oh, I have to repair it first, of course. There we go.
There you go.
Solidified.
Now you're cooking with gas.
That's always I didn't understand how they could have got past these spike traps.
You were very confident in the spike traps.
I
The
was.
Husks,
They
the
have-
husks had a different plan.
Put some wall traps up there too. You build a wall there and then it's been along.
You can actually put it right on. You don't
Ooh.
even need to.
So
Well,
you-
this one you'll have to do because it has windows.
So that wall trap, it also has a little bit of knockback, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. So that
Would then
Might
drop them
onto the
possibly.
spikes.
Right. So that's a good setup. That's thinking about your traps.
I would back the gravy train up though because you're kind of
Yeah.
jacked up right now.
they're getting over by A.
Why don't you use a recovery item? Conveniently bound to your T key.
Yep. Get a little
That.
health.
Now we're probably going to delve into crafting here in the future, but I know you're out of your health, but you could, if you wanted to, go into your crafting and make another health potion or pot
Yep.
bandage.
Crafting during combat is definitely something that we're working to improve the
They're invading.
user experience of.
And one thing we didn't get to see is some toilet bacon during this stream. So no bacon or apples. Oh, someone got hit by
It was
it.
more about building
Yeah.
than it was about
It
exploring.
was.
But just rest assured, gentle viewers, there is bacon in toilets everywhere.
We will get. Oh, we got a very awesome message on Facebook today about bacon. It's pretty sweet. toilet bacon specifically.
Yeah. Just as delicious.
You guys got 43 seconds.
They got it. They got it.
I think we can do
This is
it.
a cakewalk.
No.
You guys were right. They're
Oh,
breaking
they
through.
broke through the
They're
wall
breaking
there,
through.
though.
Aya's gonna take some damage.
To the right.
Oh,
Oh, your other right.
no, it's right.
Yeah. There you go.
Took long to get
Somebody
through.
died over there.
Someone
Somebody
died.
died. Who
Quickest
was
thing
that?
I could build. What was
I was trying to build on the other side of it.
Okay, a little defensive plasma pulse. Keep them at
There
bay.
you go. You got it. You got it. No problem. That's why you're the judge. And we're the law talking guys.
That was awesome.
Yay.
Awesome.
Well done, team.
Woo, well
Good
done.
job.
Well done. Nice base. They had some style,
Mm-hmm. So Billy would say that they
Efficiency.
won because they won with style.
right?
Yeah.
Are you in the same boat as Billy? Do you think style matters? Or is it all
No.
just all about efficiency?
No. It's,
So-
it's all about winning.
So, it's all about winning.
See, what he says to me is if you don't win with style, have you really won at all? And my counter to that is, you're right, of course, Billy. It's all about seeing the best looking base over the you lose screen. So, it's take it with a grain of salt, right? Like, it's ultimately you want it to be as stylistic as you can get away with, but my point of view is you want to win, right?
Right.
So I'm a math stacker myself, but
Okay.
it takes all kinds.
All right. All right. So I hope everyone enjoyed today's showcase of gameplay. We had a lot of building in there, a lot of information for you guys about building the constructor. We saw some more of the constructor. Before we wrap up the show, if you've not signed up for the alpha, make sure to do so over on Fortnite.com. Sign up there. And make sure you follow all of our social channels, including Twitch TV. Follow us over here on Twitch so you guys can catch us next week. I think we're going to talk about weapons next week. So we have a lot of weapons. In the
We
game.
do. And more coming.
Yes. So I think you guys will really enjoy next week the plan that we have for the show. So make sure you follow the channel. We hope you all enjoyed it. It was very fun today. Cameron, thank you so much. James,
Thanks for
you
having
did
me.
an awesome job.
Thank you. Thank
You're a
you.
Handicapping
baller.
yourself.
You earned your baller title.
I think everyone has a baller title. In
Yeah,
here.
I think it was a group effort.
If everyone is a baller, then no one's a baller.
Dom was the top of the scoreboard. He just wanted to point this out.
It's not about your score, Dom. It's about the team.
Mine's the highest though.
There is no I in team, and there is a me,
There's a
but
me.
there is no Dom in team.
There's a Dom on the scoreboard, and his score's the highest.
I'm telling you, man, it's all about the team.
So-
You got to get your mind in the game.
Well, we hope everybody enjoyed today's stream. Again, make sure to follow the channel so you guys can catch it. This will be up on YouTube in case you want to go back and watch anything. And until the next time, folks, we'll catch you all later. Bye.
Bye.